Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream, and welcome to Moscow, Russia. And if you haven't joined me before, or this is your first time on a stream, I'm here in my kitchen, which you can just see behind me right here. Quite famously, all of my live streams on this channel were from my Moscow kitchen. I think even the thumbnail for this particular stream is also the old kitchen in our other apartment before we moved to this one. And that's why you see the bright walls and the glass window in the background. I don't quite have that view out of these windows unless I move to another room. So yeah, hope everyone's doing okay. My very normal, it seems now, spontaneous live stream. Actually, the good thing is I've done them at the same time a couple of nights in a row, or hit a night, miss a night, sort of thing. So yes, David, I'm live again. Yes, actually, I've been meaning to do this particular live stream, this timing of the live stream for quite a while. I wanted to do something on the last calendar day of the month before midnight ticks over. So the analytics of the channel gains a few more views and also some more watch time. And it looks good for the calendar month of January for the channel. So I thought it was only appropriate that I squeeze this in. Now, the key to that is I need to not do a 2-hour live stream because it's currently I think we started at 10:25. It's 10:27 on my clock now, PM. So 10:30 at night here in Moscow. So if you're okay with a little bit of a shorter stream, will be all good. I see actually some people have already voted saying more live streams, and 30 votes, and only 3 people voted no. I guess 10% of 31 would be 3 people, and 90% voted yes. So there is also some people, there is also lots of you watching. I'm saying some people when I'm staring at the screen. I mean you guys and girls and ladies and men and children and everybody, cats and dogs. Maybe imagine the cat pressing watch the stream, watching live. So 53 people who are just catching this. So that's good. So yeah, last calendar day of January. All good. I'll catch up with the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to keep going. What I've done today is I've moved my chair to the lowest possible setting. So I'm actually way lower than it looks on camera than my actual desk. But I brought the screen down. I brought the camera down. So I feel like I'm looking a little bit more at the camera while I'm looking at the chat. So hopefully that sort of times nicely. There is a few people who said hello earlier than when I jumped on the stream. Now, just one thing, I can't read Russian. I know I get this question a lot. So if you are typing in Russian, it's completely okay. I just can't read it. So if you can type in English or figure out how to, it's no worries. If you really love the stream, a couple of ways you can support it is by giving it a like or a thumbs up. I see we've got 24 of them. That does help the analytics of the streams. If you want to share it with somebody, you could. I'm not sure who amongst your friends might want to watch me. If you know me, of course, you're here for me chatting and things like that. So sharing it to other people is not really a thing with live streams, but maybe another video. Maybe someone else wants to see something that you've watched and you enjoyed it, or you want to share it with them to see what I'm showing. Yeah, if you really love the streams and you want to help the channel, you can do some kind of a donation. So donation alerts is the one that's set up. There's a link in the pinned comments, and there's also in the description of every video. And then the other way, so donation alerts can be for anybody in the whole world. Doesn't matter where you are. You can also be anonymous. You can also put a question, or you can put nothing. Or if you are using YouTube the traditional way, and more than likely you'd be in a country not Russia, you can use super chats, super thanks, super stickers, supermans. I don't think you can do supermans, but I just made that up. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, it's completely up to you. There is no obligation to do any of those things. That's completely up to you. If you're curious where all the money goes, and I know I talked about this in the last live stream, it's going towards building a better YouTube channel. allowing me to go out and do more things and go further than just where I live to make a video. Obviously, the video of the shop in my building was very popular, but I only had to walk 30 steps to that. But yeah, if you want to see me go further and higher and longer and taller and wider, I think that's what they always say for the sport, right? You're welcome to help out the channel in any way you wish. Ultimately, we're trying to buy an apartment. That was what the last video was about. I do have a little bit of an update. We are using another real estate agent to contact the real estate agent of the person that's selling it. And we did offer a lower price than the asking price, actually quite a bit lower, because we were being a little bit cheeky, and we want to put the seller under pressure to realize that we're very eager to sign to buy the property, to the point that we're happy to move in prior to the handover of the property, either by renting it back, sort of thing, so that we can literally move. It's in the same building, it's on the same elevator corridor, it's just a couple of floors away, and we are basically trying to get a lower price. The friend who's helping us, excuse me, excuse me, one more, no, only two. Yeah, so the real estate agent that's helping us, who's now in contact with the real estate agent that owns the property, is now trying to negotiate that lower price for us. And we're trying to sort of show our eagerness that we're willing to sign as quick as they accept the lower price, by basically pressuring them to accept the lower price. But obviously, the seller always wants more, right? If anyone owns a property or wants to sell a property, that's always our goals as an owner. But obviously, the buyer, so yeah. Hello to, I read your name, and now I've just forgotten it already, but it was really hard to read. Naduzua Atamanova. Good evening. Hello. Sergey, live stream from a shopping center. I haven't done that before. I did do one in Gorky Park, one of my first live streams, and it was I think the quality wasn't very good. It was with my older phone. So I'm wondering now if I can do a live stream with a better camera and with better internet. And, we could try to do it. I keep meaning every time I'm somewhere just to switch on the live stream to see how it is and see if anyone would watch and see if anyone would comment and reply and things like that. So, yeah. Sergey, I would like to do that, Sergey. Russell, can I ask you a question? Why you don't study Russian? I'm learning it incredibly slowly. I just don't have, I do have a desire to speak Russian and understand Russian and have conversation in Russian with anybody. I completely want to. Just at my age, it's not as easy to learn it as it would be for someone who's considerably younger, like a child or someone in school. I guess the older we are, with less information we soak up and take in. So it is a plan. Robert, hello. Robert H. Doan? I'm going to say Doan. Maybe that's Dan. Dan Van Dusen. Dusberg. Man, I need to read a little bit slower. Robert, hello. Dan, hello. David, hello. Bull, is this live or is it this Mex? It's definitely live. I'm not sure how I can prove to you. I'm holding lemon drink in my hand. This is not a recording. I should hold the newspaper up. Like when they got those hostage movies and they show the newspaper with the day and time on it. Paul, always good to see you. Thank you so much. Gracias de nada. Faith Life in Moscow. Hello. Another comment in Russian. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Devushka and what is it? Devushka is lady, right? So it's like ladies. Greetings from North Texas, Paul. Hello, Mr. Jamo. Oh, lots of regulars here. Babel Cruising, you need to break it down, do an hour live stream. Yes. So we will be clicking end stream before we get to 12 midnight. So if anybody is checking the time, hello from Hawaii. Aloha. Mahano Louis. What is it? Mahano Louis Loa. I've got that completely wrong, I think. Mahalo. Aloha and mahalo. No, Melikaliki Mocha. Good evening and all nice people. Andrea, hello. Yes. Oh, Vitali's here as well. Andrea, hello. Blogging Trucker. Wow, this is really all the OGs are in the house at the same time. Hello, I'm very cat person. Yes. That's one of the things we'd love to get as soon as we move into our own place is a cat. We were at our friend's place, the birthday we went to, and they had a couple of cats, and we'd love to just bring one home. Meow, meow. Marvin, hello. Oh, lots of Russian. I'm going to skip over the Russian comments. Understand why supermarket videos gain dozens of times more views. Your thoughts? Yeah, I actually went to make a new video today, not at a supermarket. If anyone follows on Telegram, we're 21 people away from 2,000 people on the channel. I did post where I was. Maybe I'll keep it a secret so you can look at the photo on Telegram and know where I went today to make a video. And I talked about this with them, and they were completely shocked when I showed them the statistics of a Pitorichka video, which is a supermarket in Moscow, and why 60 or more % of the audience were aged between 18 and 34. So why does an 18 to 34-year-old want to watch a supermarket video in Russia? I could probably do about a 5-hour live stream, Sergey, about that question, because there's a lot of craziness around why one video gets views and one doesn't. I'm a decade later. I had to watch unskippable YouTube advertising. Okay, so I don't switch any advertising ads on during the video. It may have a one when you click to open the live stream, but I only put ads inside the stream after it's finished. I know you do have an option now to place ads wherever you like, and you can just click it anytime you want and an ad will show. I don't do that. So I'm sorry. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. Ironically, I was watching a show on Netflix called To the Lake, which is a Russian TV series. It's dubbed in English and has subtitles. First thing I ever watched that was produced in Russia. Interesting. And Russian TV show on Netflix. Nice to see someone here that speaks English. Yes, thank you. That's me. Nelly, hello. I know you're also a long-time watcher of the channel. Whoever's typing lots of things at the same time, try not to do that. Just answer the question once. Checked on your streams, you're only getting 50 views. Now you are going for 150 to 200. Yes. I mean, obviously, the more notice I give, the better. But I also find that this 10, 11, 12 a.m. time gets more of an audience. Obviously, it's not ideal for Russia. It suits only everybody in New Zealand. I think that's what we worked it out. Or maybe morning time in America. Hello from Detroit, Michigan. When you go to various events or certain places, do you always have to get permission ahead of time? No, not at all. Would you ever visit a museum? Air and Space Museum would be cool. Yes, I never get permission because you don't need it in Russia, technically. I am polite to ask, though. If I go to certain places, like today particularly, I could have just turned up and started filming. But I contacted them. They were understanding that I was coming. And they were amazing. It was an amazing day today. For something that I didn't realize was going to be as cool as it was. Very nice, like-minded, beautiful English-speaking people that we could have a conversation. Actually, we talked about far more than the exact topic of the video. So, Air and Space Museum. I am going to try and go to the nuclear energy exhibit at Vedenha, which is just opened for the Russia Expo, but it's going to be there forever. But I know it's free entry until April, so I need to just get there in the next 3 months. So I will go to that, but that's not really a museum. It's more of an exhibition or an exhibit, expo, whatever you want to call that. So it's very difficult to go to museums if you don't really know what you're looking at and talking about. But, you know, there again, I went today and made an entire video without having any knowledge of what I saw or did. So I guess I can do it. Hello, Nelly. Yes, English. Bravo. Thank you, Bebel. Russell, what do you think was the most interesting event in January? Probably, okay, if I compare today with a couple of days ago when I went to the ice swimming, well, what was it called? The Winter Swimming Championships. That was pretty cool. That was actually a subscriber that invited me to that. Their mum was swimming in it, and she'll be in the video briefly at the end. And that was kind of cool because they were just swimming in a lake in the water. They dug a square out, 25 meters, 4 lanes, and they were swimming, and that was cold. Whereas today was kind of something quite unique. I'm sure everybody who's in the Telegram channel knows what I did today, because I put a photo of it. Well, not all. I was going to do a screen grab of the video that I filmed. Then it would make even more sense. Nancy, thank you so much for the super chat, or the super sticker, $1.99. Thank you so much. You're amazing. No comment. That's completely okay. Thank you, really and truly. You don't have to put anything. That's all right. That's really amazing of you. But it makes me lose my space where I'm up to. Nelly, Bearball, Mr. Jammo, what do you think of? Yeah, so today was pretty cool. But I think both of the two things I've done that I thought were cool for the month are videos that are not on the channel yet. And there again, going to that new Pitorchka. I love Pitorchka, and making a video there. And it's in my town as well, or I didn't really emphasize in the video it was. I probably should have made a bigger deal of the fact it's where I live. When summer comes around, Russell, we would like to see you jump on a trampoline like the kids do, since you want to spread your YouTube channel to get more views. Do a trampoline jump. Yeah, they've got those indoor trampoline centers, but they're mostly for kids. How are you, man? I'm doing very well. Irk. I'm doing very well. Today's been a good day. I got home, well, probably it was 2 stops on the Brown line from Park Culture Station. I just don't remember the name of the station. Someone mentioned it in the comments of the Telegram channel. I know I keep saying back to that, where I was. Try get an apartment that doesn't have a sudden water feature. Yeah, that's completely blown out of proportion on the news, Sam. That wasn't in all of Russia. It wasn't actually a thing in a lot of places, in a vast amount of places. Definitely wasn't a thing where I live. Anyway, hello, like night. Cute girl, hello. Good evening from Steve in the UK. Stephen, cute girl, hello. How old are you, Russell? I'm in my 40s. If you want to do the maths, my birthday is the 3rd of every month. So I can do a live stream every 3rd of every month and pretend it's my birthday. But my birthday is really 3rd of November. 3/11/76. Hello, Fortune. Oh, yeah. Russell, I've listened to you in the background while I work, but I'm present. Thank you, David. You're very welcome. That Lee came live. Are you healthy? Yes, very healthy. Yes. Probably could lose a few kilos in the gym. Probably could drink less soda. Probably could eat less chocolate. My face would clear up a little if we think it's a chocolate thing. 28:30 in Rome. Hello. I met a subscriber today, and if anyone saw that photograph in Telegram, he works, this is interesting, David, he works for an Italian company that's not far from where I live, at a company that makes the refrigerators that go in supermarkets. You know, like those long refrigerators, the banks of refrigerators in supermarkets. It's an Italian company that is, I don't remember the name of it, but he told me it. But it produces fridges in Russia at a factory. They've got factories in different countries, and one is he said there's 2 in Russia. So he works for an Italian company in Narofominsk, which is further down the road from where I live. I don't really understand it. That is progress. It's not. I mean, there is a Russian language certificate that you need to get for your visa, which I have. So I kind of got through that part. But learning more is really up to me from there. Hello from Bangladesh. Where do you come from when am I coming to St. Petersburg? I think that's what that says, because I'm pretty sure that's St. Petersburg. I'm not sure yet. If someone sends me what do you call this? Those angel investment on donation alerts, I'll get on the train in the morning. 2:30 here in West Virginia, pretty dark looking your way. Yes, I didn't put the lights on. It is dark in the room. There is the lounge room light on, which we always have on. It's like mood lighting, but I switched the kitchen lights off today, and I've just got my ring light here. So I hope it's good quality visual. Cross your fingers on the apartment. Yes, Nancy. Yes. So it's now up to our real estate agent, who's a client of my wife's, who's super nice. The guy that we're dealing with lives actually in the building across from us. My wife's bumped into him twice because the place where we live is quite small immediately there, where he lives and where we live and so forth. My wife doesn't want to kind of continually talk to him because we've sort of made our peace. We've said what we've said. And that's that for now. Hello from Munich. Hello. What's the next video will be? It'll be either, let's put it this way. It's two things that I didn't do. So it'll either be driving a car or swimming. Put it that way. I guess I've given away now what I did today. But I didn't drive the car. I was the passenger. Good to see you. Have you tried Indian food in Moscow? Yes, you asked me 25 million times. I've not tried Indian food. Oh, yeah, I went to the Indian festival. So, yes, the India Day, which was actually, I think, a 3-day event. That was back in summertime in the park next to Dream Island. So, yes, I had some Indian food, but not been to a restaurant or anything like that. Now, Andrea, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much for 36. When I get through to it, I'll put it on the screen, I promise. Because if I lose my place, I'm going to come back. Love the Potato Expo. Yes, very interesting. If you would be awesome to experience other conferences like that. Very interesting. Yeah, Claudio, there's an entire playlist of convention videos. If you want to go see something about buses, fishing, motorbikes, electric vehicles, cars, trucks, construction. I've got lots of them. Will you do a live stream with Edward Snowden? If I bump into him in the metro. He literally lives in Moscow. He's a normal citizen. I think his wife or girlfriend, his kids, everything like that. Nancy, what is WE is West Virginia. West Virginia is a state in America. Luckily, I know that. Oh, Nancy's even told us. Hi, Russell. Good to see you. Have you tried Indian food? Oh, I'm reading it 25 times. I can skip a lot of things. I moved 4 years ago to Russia. It's not like what they show on TV. It's actually quite nice. How long have you been here? I originally came here 9 years ago, Marco. Probably 10 years ago, if I get the exact calendar out, and should really ask my wife. She knows every date. Hello in Greece. 9:40 p.m. in Greece. Nancy, Russia ain't easy. All right. Yes, I guess not knowing the language doesn't make it easy. I guess me being as open and friendly and outgoing and easygoing and happy helps a lot. But if you try going around the place with a straight face and head down and, tucked in, it's probably not as easy. How to come sometime in Russia? Yes. 10 p.m. in Moscow. It's 10:48 now. Now that you have a success on YouTube, have you given up on renewal of your Siemens certificate renewal? I've got the visa for 5 years, which is the visa, the C1D visa, which gets you into America to join a cruise ship. The Siemens certificate you don't really need. You can do it on board on most cruise lines. So technically, I've got a 5-year entry visa to America, which Australians don't need as a tourist, but as a point of entry for work, yes, you do. Which I got both at the same time, even though you don't need the tourist one. That's still good for a few more years. Try skiing. You should try skiing to make life during the winter museum you will visit anytime. Yes, I've never tried skiing. If anyone lives in Moscow wants to take me somewhere in a car, I'll be happy to do that. Oh, Russ 13, 10:41. Oh, it's same time in Nizhny Novgorod. Music enjoyer, hello. Alquito, hello. Hello from Gothenburg. Tommy, hello. Why did they have an egg shortage recently in Russia? Is the egg shortage still ongoing? No, it's not. Eggs are everywhere. I was in my local Krasnobyle, the beer shop in my building downstairs, and they had eggs for sale there 1 hour ago. They had lots of eggs. It basically is in the week leading up to New Year, when everybody needs eggs to make food for the New Year table, which is the 6th or 7th of January, depending on when you celebrate New Year. So the whole of Russia buys eggs in the same couple of days, and the supply outstrips the demand outstrips the supply. That's the way I'll look at it. Good evening. Hello. Would you like to visit Fair City? That would be cool. Music enjoyer. Toi. Andrea, there we go. Thank you. And I'm sorry for not putting it up instantly. Donation alerts I can read a lot easier because they come up on my other screen. This way I'm using two comment screens. It clicks over when I click the super sticker, super chat. Hi all, shout out from Toa, New Zealand. Yes, I'm doing this only for you, Warchild 20. This is because it's perfect time. I think New Zealand must have the optimum time in the world for when I do these. Volgograd, Wit Live. Hello. Not heard of Volgograd, unless you've spelt it wrong. Maybe that's a place somewhere in Russia. Kind of miss Moscow. Haven't been there since 2019. Yes, it does grow on you like that. I agree. Hope you and your wife are well. I'm in Russia through your videos. It is 24 and 23 degrees here in Greenwood, in Indiana, I think. Thank you. I live in Russia through your videos. Thank you, William. Yes. My wife is good today. She had a couple of clients this morning. She had one cancel, and then, well, the lady forgot. And then, so she just came in the afternoon. So she had a couple of clients today. And then I only saw her when I got home, not more than 2 hours ago. So Moscow's a particular city. It's very big. It's a mega city, right? Or a metropolis. So well done. You are stopping. I'm trying to stop. The word stopping and trying to stop. I'm eating less. My wife is cooking more. That means I eat less junk food. Matthew, you're a fan from America. Thank you. Since I like museums, it's a perfect spot. Yeah, there's a lot to see. I mean, museums in terms of history and art and anything. There is a museum for here. Have you yet to use any heating for my California house all winter so far? Lucky to live in such a mild climate. How's the winter there? It's cool. It's actually today, it's -1 Celsius. Pretty much it was about 0 today. So it wasn't cold at all. You'll see people, well, you would have seen people like on the metro and the bus without hats on. You know, people are a little bit more braver once it gets back to 0 temperature. The snow's melted a little bit now on the paths and roads, particularly in Moscow. It's cleared everywhere. Here where I live, still snow on the ground all over the place. But you get used to it. You dress appropriately. Were you ever overwhelmed with the culture shift moving to Russia, or was it an easy? It was easy for me, Vaughn, because I'd worked on cruise ships for so many years, and I'd sailed to so many countries over all the years of working on cruise ships before moving to land, I guess, or moving off ships, that going to a place just for a few hours once per week, every week, you know, it became kind of second nature. So just coming to somewhere and getting off the plane and coming here, it's easy for me to adapt and fill in with. I think that's right. Hello, Claudio. Awesome. When summer arrives, do you intend to visit a park in Moscow? Yes, absolutely. I made a few in summertime. There's actually a parks playlist that I made going to Gorky Park, Pavletskaya Park, no Tovarish, Serbia. Oh, someone called Tovarish. I just watched a video from Tovarish. There's a YouTuber that builds cars, and his name's Tovarish. Is that his channel name? I love the Lilac Garden video. Yes, I went there with my wife. That was our date night kind of thing, or date day. And that was really nice. She loves flowers and gardens as well. She's like being in my videos, but I kind of made her, and she was happy because we went to that Lilac Garden. Very nice place. It's not very big. It probably looked a lot bigger on the video than the place was. But you kind of go there, you just go for a walk, you sit on a bench, relax. Croats are pretty unlikely to watch anything promoting Russia. Not at all. Croatians, Serbians, Bosnians, everything like that. Goran Ivanisevic. I don't know him personally, but he's a good tennis player. Dobro, hello. Chumin is watching here 0 to 48 at the same time of writing this message. Yes. My friend's whose birthday we went to a couple of nights ago, she's originally from Chumin. And we actually watched her birthday video. She had her birthday at a restaurant in Chumin. That was pretty cool to see. She had like a milestone birthday. And she had even school friends, university friends. She had her school teacher come and do a little bit of a speech with everybody because it's a big deal. Tommy, hello. Alquita, hello. I just love seeing the difference between structures, food. Yes, it's interesting, right? I've been missing the live streams. Yes, it happens. Should make huge tour of Victory Park. Victory Park, I guess, are you talking about Park Pobeda, which is Victory Park? Yes, I should really go for a walk around there. And Vladimir's Museum and Krasnoyarsk. Yeah, Victory Park is kind of an interesting place because it's just so big and vast. What about a fashion museum? The Winter Palace is in spring. I've been there in summer when I worked on cruise ships and we sailed to St. Petersburg. But I've not been over there and seen it in St. Petersburg now, though. Are you living in Russia without Russian language? If you need help on the streets or markets, what do you do? I get by. I'm able to get by. I can put a few words together in a sentence. It's not a problem. You can live here not knowing the language. Probably mostly for things administration-wise or administrative-wise. It's tough. You'd need someone to help you. Someone sold all the eggs to America. Hello, turkey supply of eggs. Yeah, I don't. This turkey thing. I mean, even I've seen some local online news stories about people looking for the Turkish eggs in stores and no one's seen them. So who knows where they were. Hello in Kenya. Yamal is watching. I like the potato convention. Quite different. Yes, seems to be kind of like a thing where people like it, and I like the fact that people did, and I like making them, and I like going to them. Going to Park City, Utah, snowboarding. No left turns. Finally get to use a snowboard for a good purpose. Park City, Utah. I've only seen videos and TV about this place, but it looks amazing. And I think that's where they do like a lot of the X Games stuff there, right? I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of the really cool snowboarders and all those people sort of hang out. That will be cool. Snowboarding, Park City, Utah. I know people in Moscow go to some of the parks here and do snowboarding and like cross-country style skiing. You always see people with skis in the metro and on the buses and stuff. And they go to local parks where it's, you know, got some kind of an incline and things like that. You can go to Sparrow Hill in springtime and make a video. I should go to Sparrow Hill. I went on Vorovy on the metro home tonight. And everybody, it's amazing when you ever, because that's a metro station on the bridge over Vorovy there. And everybody looks out the window at that stop, especially daytime, because everyone wants to see what, because you're in the metro underground, then you come back out and then go back in again. And I really should go up there because it's very nice at this time of year. From Eugene, Oregon. Hello, Troy, Matthew. Center of your town, Prospect Mirror, from a Dutch guy with long comment on the potato episode. Now for hospital visit here. Normally Kaliningrad Oblast. Invitation for coffee here. Oh, thank you. I'm really struggling to catch up with comments on videos. I'm really struggling. If I even put an hour or two a day aside for it, I still can't catch up. I'm trying my best. And you're right in the center of Moscow too. That's crazy. And I was kind of in the center of Moscow today. But I don't put a shout out that I'm there when I go. I know one of the photos where I posted of me on the train, who was a Telegram channel subscriber, walked through the train and then found me sitting there. And because he saw my photo posted literally within a minute of me posting it, he found me. How do potato horty chips taste? They're basically just, they're more like those baked potato chips. They're not like a processed, you know, like the baked ones that they're a lot healthier and less oilier than processed potato chips. Yeah, they were the kind of salty ones. Ready salted is what you call them in England, salted ones. So yeah, they were fine. I mean, the only problem is you're trying to find them twice, you know, after you kind of like all these things. Hello from Domodierova. Oh, nice. I would love to do a video of the Rinuk right there by the metro station, but I know they'll get emotional with me filming. Where do you go to do all of your basic safety training recently to be a seaman? My seaman friends said that they have to take life raft classes and first aid classes every 5 years. Yeah, for cruise ships, a lot of the cruise lines do that on board, the STCW 95 course. You can pay to do it on land. I'm not sure about where it would be in every city, but they do have that land-based one. It's normally 2-3 days or 5 days. I don't know how many days. On the cruise ship, they do an hour every morning, like 4 or 5 days a week for about a month. And then you do a final test. And then you've got even like after you do the test, then you also do the one-on-one interview to say that you've really passed it. But most cruise lines do it on board. I know Carnival does, the STCW, because they've got enough crew who have it that the ship can sail, that they then just basically certify a lot of the other crew, like the shop, photographers, dancers, entertainers, and that adds to the crew that are already certified. I'd like to see the inside of a Russian-made vehicle if you ever get a time. I've done 2 videos, one at the Lada dealership and one at the Moscovich dealership. Both of them are on the channel. I'm pretty sure that's also in a car playlist. Greetings from Fromberg, Poland. Hello. Dzień dobry. Hello. Have you visited Vladimir Lenin? So his favorite. I have done it a few times, yes. And I've actually got one of my first original old videos is a how-to video. And I was going to do a how-to playlist, how to find this, how to do this, how to do that. And I did one, how to find Lenin's mausoleum. Completely free to do it, by the way. from Turkey. How's it going? When are you coming to Turkey? Well, I've got no plans to go to Turkey. I'd love to go there to see where they break the ships. There's a ship-breaking town where they bring ships there. Hello from Aprelivka. You are my neighbor, actually. Konstantin, здравствуйте. Yes, I'm in a Zvitochная Alea. Maybe you're in the same building. If you are, that's a little bit kind of cool if you really are. Maybe you're somewhere else in another building. Wherever you are. Sorry. Oh, well, good. Hello. Where did you get that cute logo with your walking with the camera? Yes, a fan did that. And I still don't know who it is who did it, because I'd really like to make that into stickers or kind of maybe a coffee mug or t-shirt, so I could get like the original file of it. Do I know some facts about Aprelivka? I know that it used to be the Russian town that produced vinyl records. That's what I do know. That factory is still here, but it doesn't make records anymore. It now produces ice hockey jerseys or sports jerseys. That's what I know about Aprelivka. Do you get TV paparazzi following you? No, I don't at all. Not at all. I got recognized by a YouTube subscriber today in the shopping mall, actually, as I was coming down the escalator. And we stopped for a chat. We took a photo. I posted it on my Telegram channel. So yes, I do get noticed by subscribers of the channel, but no TV. No, nothing like that. Greetings from Maryville, California. Hello. See Kaliningrad. I'm sorry to advance for spelling. Yeah, Kaliningrad. Yeah, this is the place. That's the place where it's landlocked with Europe. I guess not Russia. It's not snowing in Moscow. It's not snowed for about 4 days. Maybe it's snowing somewhere else. It's a big country. Very good evening from Finland. Hello. I know you're a long-time watcher as well. Kalin. Do you live in Russia? What attracted you to move to Russia? Yes, so I answered this today at the place that I went to. And someone said, why did you come to Russia? I said, I fell in love with a Russian lady. And the person I was speaking to, there was a couple of other people there. One guy was on a sofa, like on his phone. And he's like, he like jumped and laughed and found this funny side of it. And that's my answer always, because I met who is now my wife. I came here because of her. Lopsided. Hello again, it's me, the food craze Dane. I just made solyanka tonight for dinner, and it's really good. I don't like solyanka's the soup, right? Is it the cold soup? If I'm not mistaken, solyanka. I think it is. Has anybody noticed that the video is a little slow? Yes, I'm just not fast at catching up with the streaming, with the comments. Good evening from Liverpool, Ian. Hello, good day, mate. Living in Chukov, 18 years in Mother Russia. Do you organize get-togethers for your followers? I haven't. No, I should. Chekhov. I wonder if that's Chekhov is in Moscow. No, I haven't. On the Telegram channel, though, I'm much more active. No, I really should. I'd really like someone else to organize it, and then I can just turn up and everyone else turn up. I do have other British people that I know here, though. What Russian city do you dream of visiting? Have you been to St. Petersburg? I've been a couple of times to St. Petersburg, mostly just to make videos, but not to stay there more than a day each of the 2 times that I went. I'd really love to go all the way over to Vladivostok and make a supermarket video over there to say I traveled 8,000 kilometers to go to a Russian supermarket to prove that they've still got food in them. And then I'd love to take the train back. I know that's insane, but I'd love to do that. I know that's extreme. I'd love to do it with someone else who would also love to do it. Then it'd be far more enjoyable than dragging my wife along, who would absolutely never want to go with me to do it. I also want to move to Russia. What should I do? You should come on a holiday first. Oh, look at this, how ahead I am now of the stream. I can put the live super chat right up on the screen. Thank you so much. Good evening from Belgium. I've got to keep an eye on the midnight clock, by the way. Good evening. I was wondering if there was any reporting on the Russian news about the Icon of the Sea's first sailing. It's been on every channel here. We rarely put the TV on here. We only ever put it on the movie channel or the comedy channel. We don't put it on any news channel. There's a lot of news channels because we've got all the satellite channels and so forth. So I know I've read about it maybe once or twice on Zen News, which is like an online news publication that puts news stories. And I think maybe 1 or 2 news stories talked about it. If anyone's not sure, Icon of the Seas is the world's biggest ship. I mean, like 5 or 6,000 passengers, 2,000 crew. Crazy big ship built in Turku in Finland. So yeah, I would imagine it's probably not been on local news because it probably wouldn't make the news here, even if it was to make the news. Level, nice and evening. Yeah. So yeah, I never worked on Royal Caribbean, by the way. My predominant career on cruise ships was on Carnival Cruise Line. So I never really had a dream of going on Royal, although they always had the biggest ships. You know, I mean, there's always that kind of thing. I went on this ship. I went on the largest, the smallest, the longest. I was working in the busiest shop in the world. You know, all these sort of first. I mean, my only couple of things that I didn't get to do was be on a cruise ship, or work on a cruise ship that sailed in or out of Fremantle Harbour, which is where I was living, which is Perth, Australia. I sailed in and out of Sydney when I went on a cruise for a holiday. But to sail out into Fremantle Harbour, which would be my hometown, on a cruise ship was something that I would love to have done, but I didn't. I sailed into San Francisco. I sailed into New York. They're kind of quite iconic places. But I did the Sydney Harbour one. You don't go under the bridge because the ships are too big for most of the part of it. And I didn't go on the Queen Mary 2 or the QE2, which is the Cunard ships. That would be kind of cool. Thank you for the super chat, Kurt, by the way. 10 euros. Thank you. From Belgium. Kim Cloisters. That was one of my crushes when I was a little bit younger. And she's now still, I think she's back playing. Or she was playing at one point. Now she's married with kids and everything. But she was dating Leighton Hewitt at the time, and she was called Aussie Kim. Love to all, nice and evening. El Quetter, hello. It's not cold. Yes, no, 0 degrees is not cold in Russia. It's basically, still put a jacket on weather, but it's not cold. Hello from Canada. Gary, hello. The stream is as calm as the videos. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I like to do it on Gaku. Just have it me, you guys, whoever watching, more or less. Okay, we're at 134 people, 122 likes. And yes, that's amazing. And no donation alerts. I've got this thing. What I've done is there's a pop out that you can do for donation alerts that just shows donation alerts. That makes sense. And it's definitely working, but it's just not. Big hugs. Oh, hello, Ivanka. I always just think of Ivanka. I know you told me the whole name thing. Joanna. Oh, south of Podolsk, not far from Makad. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking there's also a metro station, Chekhovskaya. And there's Chekirovskaya, I think, as well. Or Chekhovskaya. Maybe it's the same one. You're pretty good when you're spreading across the Americas. It's like you're the connect to the disconnect. Keep up the good work. Thank you. You're pretty good when you're spreading across the Americas. Yeah, I guess you're talking about me knowing about places or the place I've been to. Ash, thank you. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I hope this new seating position is more helpful. I feel like I need to move the camera to the side of the monitor. I don't know how other streamers do it. I guess I just don't notice it when I watch other streamers. I feel like they're looking at the camera, but how do they look at the chat? I don't know. So I'm sorry if I feel like I'm looking up and down. A channel member. Thank you for becoming a member. There's a few emojis. I don't do more than enough for channel members. I'm sorry. It's mostly as a way of showing your support for the channel. And it's basically a bit of a thank you. Well, it's a thank you from me, but it's basically you're thanking me as a creator by being a member of the channel. So yeah, there's a couple of emojis. I really should add more. I know I keep saying it. That you've got separate emojis. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Whoever's clicking it. Maybe that's Joanna clicking hearts. Maybe. I wonder where is Tatiana today? She was one of the donation alerts donators from the last stream. Shorten. Have you ever visited Sochi? I've never been to Sochi. No, I haven't. Irina. Greetings from New York, Stephen. How's it going? Yeah, one of the actually one things I have done. I know that's a lot of people's bucket list was to go to Manhattan and walk in Red Square, Times Square. And when you stand there and you look at all the lights and you got the red steps right there, and then there's all the buildings and billboards and stuff. And I worked on cruise ships sailing out of New York, and we could go into we could walk. We were at 50th and West Side Highway, where the cruise terminal is. You could walk up there, right? It was like 15-20 minute walk. I would love to see you do videos of Vladivostok. I have fond memories of that wonderful city, the coldest place I've ever been during winter. Yeah, it would be nice to get there. I know I keep saying it, but it's a matter of saying it and doing it as well. It could sound strange, but I found a guy from New Zealand who helps me to practice English. He lives in Chelyabinsk. Guy from New Zealand lives in Chelyabinsk. That's crazy. Wow. Whenever I hear like there's an Australian here or New Zealander here or a British person here, in my head it's crazy, right? And it really is. What is Icon of the Seas? Icon of the Seas is a cruise ship or a passenger cruise ship that's currently the world's largest passenger cruise ship. And it was built in Turku, Finland, and it was released and did its christening cruise I don't know if it's actually done an official passenger revenue cruise yet, but it's definitely doing the media cruises and the press cruises and bloggers cruises, and then all of the invited people and so forth. And Lionel Messi broke the champagne on the bow of the ship while he pressed a button that broke it. Imagine that, Lionel Messi. Yes, 9,000 kilometers away. Okay, 10,000 passengers and powered by LNG. I didn't mention those things. Yes. Actually, on my cruise channel, I Like Cruise Ships is the name of the channel. There's a video on there about them installing the LNG tanks into the superstructure of the ship. Have you ever cooked shashlik? Not on my own, no, because we live in an apartment. I have actually done it at our friend's dacha. When we've gone to the dacha, it's been basically my wife and I, and then our friend. Her husband hasn't been there a couple of times that I've gone there. So I've done the shashlik or mangal myself. And we've got that little press thing that you can put the chicken in or the fish in and then turn it over. And we put the skewers of pork or chicken on the rack with the coals. So yes. Can you name your favorite Russian movie? I don't know the name of it. And the only one I really know is the one where the two guys switch apartments in Moscow and St. Petersburg. They get drunk and then they go to the opposite person's house. I don't know the name of that movie, but that's the one I've watched every New Year for how many years? I've been there many times. Best seafood you can try. That's what I heard, Konstantin. The freshest, cheapest, easiest, best place to go and have seafood. Challenged by authorities when you film it? Not at all, no. Gary? Maybe an occasional place in 2 years where I filmed at a local market or a rinuk. That's about it. But otherwise, if the world ends, this is the way I always say it. I just find someone who speaks English and Russian, of course, and I get them to just explain that I can film. And then it's the end of the story. So yeah, not by authorities. No, normally by just some crazy babushka, sorry, everybody in Russia, grandma, who's got some chip on her shoulder about something in the world, and she doesn't like me holding my camera. I really enjoy all your videos about life in Russia. Thank you. Stretches Kaltus. And you're also a channel member as well. What am I doing? Oh, you've just become a channel member. Oh my gosh. Yes. I meant Solyanka isn't the cold soup, but it is. What's about the weather here? If it's under -10, it is cold at all, and there is nothing such as only the wrong clothes. Very true, Somus. Right. Never bad weather, just the wrong clothes. People are very good at that here, wearing the right clothes in the right time. I always see in the metro. I always judge all the people on the escalator, especially on a long escalator ride. Have a look at what everyone's wearing. You get a good overview of Russian fashion in about 2 minutes. The low country of South Carolina. Captain Sandy and Krusty Kirk Radio. That's a cool name for a channel. Maybe a few words too many to remember, but cool channel name. I've cruised out of Charleston. Beautiful place in Charleston. There was a supermarket, actually, talk about supermarkets. There was a big, huge car park where they had a lot of cars that they export. And then there was a supermarket walking distance from the cruise terminal in Charleston. I can't remember the name of it, but it was very nice, beautiful supermarket. Susan, hello. That's for the cold snap you mentioned. That's a kroshka with kvass. Yes. Solyanka has loads of meat in it. Okay. Yeah, a kroshka. That's the one I don't like either. And I don't like putting kvass in it. Why? Sorry. I guess I'm not Russian. My 95% Russian and 5% Australian. This little chunk of me is 5% Australian. Just doesn't understand that the 5%. Vitali's telling everybody to join the channel Traveling with Russell. Now, if I do this, like this, I just need to bring up the screen so I know where I'm pressing. Where is it? Where's the screen gone? Oh my gosh, what happened? It's back here. So if I go to this is the actual Traveling with Russell channel, I believe. So this is the post that I did for the live stream. So this is giving away where I was today. I went to a Tesla dealership and I also met a channel subscriber. Very cool photo. His wife took that picture. And this is the guy that works at the Italian fridge manufacturer in Moscow region. That was a photo I took at the metro station. And that was on the bus this morning. Didn't take the train, I took the bus. And my wife ordered olive oil delivered to us, and it came in this fancy bubble wrap. So yeah, that's Traveling with Russell channel. We're on 1,979 subscribers. So what Vitali's linked to is the chat. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe there's people active in the chat. I think most people are watching the stream. There's someone needs to join the chat. There's 666 members in the chat and 127 people online. And you can see here Andrea chatting, a few other letters of names. Misha, AD. There's a lot of names. Initial David right there. So if you would like to join over, someone needs to join the chat though to get that 666 off the screen and not have 666. But I'm really trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're on 1980. 2 people just joined. Now, if you want to go to the chat, comment on a post and it will take you over to the chat. And then you can join that as well and be involved in the chat. And just be nice. That's the easiest thing. If you're nice already, you're more than welcome in the chat. If I click that, it brings me back up. Is Red Square and Times Square similar? No, not at all. Matthew, not even close. Very iconic, different places in the world. Red Square can be busy with people. It's got the very famous cobblestones, the GUM shopping center, State Historical Museum. It's got Lens Muslim. It's really not the same place to Manhattan and Times Square. Times Square is just all the bright lights, exactly like you see in the movies. It's exactly like, I know it's hard to say it's exactly like that, and it really is. It's 2 different feelings in 2 different places in the world. Even Times Square is very historical and, it's very iconic where they've got the ball drop on New Year's Eve, but not the same place. But it's easy to say the same thing when we're talking about them, though. Hello in Connecticut. Not the cold winter, same climate as Japan. And in summer, you can swim in the sea there. Oh, I swam in the lake in Kyrgyzstan, in Lake Izikul in summertime. That was cold water, but it was beautiful, though. I've only been on MSC and Costa cruises, loved every second. Yes, these are quite different products as well. Both actually really Italian cruise lines, though. MSC being that it's owned by Aponte, who's the owner of MSC Cargo Shipping, and Costa, which is owned by Carnival Corporation, which owns Carnival Cruise Line, owns Princess, P&O, Cunard, Seabourn, Sniper 1 and 2. Maybe that's movies. I think I've seen one of the Snipers. If you're talking about the movies, I enjoy your videos. Thank you, Susan. White Tiger. Is it midnight there? It's not. No, it's 11:20 p.m. So 1000%, we need to click off the live stream before midnight, if that's humanly possible. If it's humanly possible. It's currently 11:21 p.m. Christopher. All right, here in Moscow, anyway. I guess, is it Moscow time? Moscow Central Time? Russell, just remember, real shashlik is made with lamb. But I love lamb chops. I don't like lamb as in on skewers. Yeah, I had very nice lamb chops in Ufa, and also in Kyrgyzstan I had some as well. Beautiful. Oh my God, lamb chops. Those finger lamb chops. Actually, in Food City in Moscow, I went and had lamb chops, and they're very nice too. Peruviac, it's 1:15. Wow, 2 hours difference. I guess further east than Moscow, then, for sure. Am I still friends with Ivan? He is not happy about being in Russia now. For some reason, his channel is now mostly about his aspirations to migrate to America. We are friends. We just don't chat. I've chatted to him on Telegram, just chatting as in, chatting to each other. I think the few days before he flew to Thailand, about 2 or 3 days before he went to Thailand, I messaged him about something. And then he called me on a voice call, and we had about a 1 hour voice call with each other. I haven't talked to him recently, as in I have seen some of his videos and what you're talking about. We don't really live that far away from each other. He lives about 15, 20 minutes down the road from me. Really very close in terms of, and actually when you might have seen him take his Escalade in to be fixed, he brings it to a car guy 5 minutes walk from my house. He brings it to a guy here in a Perlivka, because this guy is very good at fixing Escalades. Possible blocking of YouTube in Russia, that's been talked about for years. YouTube is impossible to even get any traction, anything at all. It's completely worthless to do it on YouTube. I'll sooner do Facebook. I'd sooner figure out maybe, I think Rumble is the other one that people use. I'm an Australian passport holder, and I have a Russian residency in my passport. Love your channel. Thank you, Virginia. Bonmood, hello. I know you're on the other live stream. The good thing about doing live streams close together is you start recognizing the names of people in the live stream. You should compare Russia and Indonesian supermarkets. Irina, I've actually done a couple of Indonesian supermarkets when we were in Bali back in March. When we were there for a few days back in November, I didn't. But in March, we were there for over 2 weeks in Bali. So I've got a shopping center video. I've got a couple of supermarket videos. I think there's even a Bali or an Indonesia playlist as well. Yeah, Anubis, just going back about Ivan or Ivan. Yeah, I see that in his last few videos about not being happy. I guess, it's a matter of, he's considerably younger than I am, a lot younger. I mean, he's in his early 20s, I think. I don't know exactly his age. And I guess he's kind of at a crossroads of what he wants to do going forward, And YouTube is difficult to be a job. I know he says that it's his job, and I agree. It is totally what he puts his effort into it and time into it. But it's not as easy as it seems to make an income that's enough to live off from YouTube. And it's not easy. And that's why you see in so many other people's videos, sponsorships and advertising and branding and things like that. And that's basically, most bigger YouTubers earn more money not from AdSense or from the ad revenue from YouTube. And that's what makes it difficult, is if you're just not growing as a channel, it's not easy to understand why it's not growing. I know that's weird, but yeah, I mean, he wants to get a Schengen visa and then ultimately get an American tourist visa, I believe, by going to Bali to do it, because it's impossible to do it in Moscow at the embassy. And most people go to other places, to the embassies in another country. So he's probably chosen Bali, being that it's simpler there or easier. I don't know why he didn't choose Thailand, because he was just there, but I'm not sure about that thinking. But obviously he would need a Schengen visa to go anywhere in Europe to do it. So he needs to get the Schengen visa to go do it in Europe. So why is there so much construction going on in Russia with all the new apartment buildings being... That's just business, I think. Just the population isn't reducing. I mean, and there'll be always, for Moscow, for instance, there's people always moving to Moscow. I mean, I probably don't show it enough in my videos, but there is apartments after apartments everywhere. I mean, even in other cities there are as well. I mean, in Ufa, that apartment tour that I did, and the apartment buildings right immediately by that. I mean, it's low-cost housing as well, in terms of, depending on the place and town and everything like that. So it can give a lot of people houses very quickly. I mean, obviously, most of it's all private construction, but I think it's just business. Times Square is dirty. Yeah, it's not beautiful. It's got its own feeling of beauty. Yeah, you don't want to look down the side alleys and streets and, things like that, but it's 3 o'clock where you are, 3 p.m. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. That's because the experts of normal Westerners to migrate to one of these apartments. All normal Westerners to emigrate to one. Not at all. I mean, even one apartment building would fill up all of every expatriate coming here. Then there's million, billion other ones. Yeah, Times Square looks clean in the movies. Yeah, I guess it's just the camera angle. But that's the whole thing with New York. It's that feeling, that smell, that, if you ever watch Casey Neistat, he's a YouTuber, very big channel. It lives and makes videos right out of Manhattan. And he talks about that sense of, living in New York. Russia, Australia has the best lamb, yes. Yeah, lamb chops are the ones where they've got the bone in it. So it's basically a big bone with a piece of meat. I don't know what they call them. Lamb loins, I don't know. Shashlik would be where you basically take the lamb pieces and then put them through a skewer. So you have a long, basically, stick, and you put them through the skewer, and then you put it on the barbecue in some form. Native Telegram app for Windows could be more convenient. Okay, so yeah, I use the web. No, I don't use the web version. I use a program. I don't know what it's called. Telegram web. I use that because I know I had problems with using the when I open a website box, it had problems. So I'm using, I guess, Telegram web I am using, yes. It works beautifully on my desktop. Probably what you saw there wasn't exactly the full thing of it, but it works beautifully. Lovely stream. What do you think about upcoming so-called elections? I really don't have any opinion about it. I guess if you want to talk about the American elections and Trump, I think that's more of a topical thing than here in Russia. Susan, thank you for becoming a member. I think I just didn't catch that quick enough. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Susan Eckstein. Thank you. We've got, I think it's about 30 or more members. I'd really members live stream, but there's not enough members who would probably want to watch it all at the same time. I think I polled everybody once, and it just wasn't lots of people wanting to do it. Thank you, Susan. So happy to catch a live stream. The apartments are nice and very reasonable compared to New York rents. Yes, I guess that's a big difference. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's impossible though, because of even regions of Moscow and Moscow. We're in Moscow region here, so we're outside the Moscow, circle, if you like. So even the cost of apartments here is less than it is 10 kilometers down the road. Australian lamb is far superior. For what? Yeah, the thing about just talking back there about elections, I really am not following it here. There's very little of it in the news. Again, we don't put the TV news on. Even on the web or online news, it doesn't really come up too much either. I'm more curious if Trump will get in versus Biden. Russell, if you and your wife were forced to immigrate to the US, where would you live? I would live in Florida. I'd go get a job for the company that operates the shops on cruise ships. They've got an office in Doral, which is basically in South Florida, not far from Miami Airport. But I'd live somewhere coastal Florida because it's very similar to coastal Australia, if I was to compare apples and apples. I have a friend in Montrose in Colorado. I've been there. I really liked it. It was a very nice small town feel. I probably would prefer to live in Florida just because I know I could get a job with the companies that I worked with on cruise ships, and it would just be an easy, similar lifestyle to Australian lifestyle, if that's an easy comparison. Is it difficult to get Australian touristic visa for Russian citizens? No, you just do it online. It's quite easy. You just need, obviously, all the paperwork. The only problem you've really got is most of your paperwork will be in Russian, so you need it translating into English. But it's all online, and then sending it off. I'm not sure what the time frame for applications are, though, but do you wish sometimes that all of the comments would be so lovely like you have here? Yeah, they all are, honestly and truly. There's occasional awkward ones that I deal with on YouTube. Most of them on the comments of videos, they get held for review, particularly with certain keywords in. The only thing I always get tired of answering is the shops are full and there's no shoppers. But you've got so many supermarkets to choose from here. I mean, I can't be in the one that's got people in it every time I walk into one. It's like me going to the Tesla dealership today. There was actually a customer who bought a Tesla while I was in there. It was only his second time going in. He went once, the guy told me. Then he came back to decide which color he wanted. And he bought a Tesla while we were in there. And I told the guy, it was different people working there, right? But don't let me interrupt you, all that sort of stuff. That's the only question I don't like all the time, but it'll keep coming. Are you planning to get a Russian passport or move to Australia in the future? Not immediately get a Russian passport. That's not my goal. To have residency, I hear I can have a visa because we're married and lived here for so many years, and that's enough to stay and live here. I'd be happy to keep my Australian passport and then have residency here, but that's just my choice. We will eventually go back to Australia because my wife needs to for her citizenship for Australia. That's definitely in the plan. But the dates of that, I don't know yet. The apartments are amazing there. Yeah, I mean, I've only shown a few on my channel, but there's a million. And the opportunity for the place that we want to buy in this building, and then the ability to be able to change the wallpaper, get someone in to do new skirting boards, change the kitchen. I just talked about with my wife before the stream that if we can get this lower price for the apartment, we can afford to do a little bit of changes of things immediately. The one thing we want to get is a dishwasher. I know the microwave thing's also what we talked in the last stream. I really, really want to see Ivan in the US. Oh, Sergey. I mean, he's uneducated and knows nothing but blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is... I've watched a couple of his live streams where he rebuts a lot of the people's comments that talk to him in his streams. And he does, look, he's a very nice guy. I've met him in person. He's exactly who you meet in real life. Super friendly, super outgoing, super easy to talk to. He hasn't traveled, too far to know what America will be like the minute he gets off the plane. And that would be very tough to basically, the way most people who have never been to America just know it from TV and movies and don't know that difference of the different states. The difference between Florida is different from California, different from New York, different from Colorado. And there's a different feeling in all 50 states in America, even Hawaii. I think whoever was at the very beginning of the stream. And it's very drastically different. Every place that you get off the plane and go to, And America's big, like Russia's big as well. No, obviously no Kiwis here. No, there was one, I think. Wasn't there one earlier? Holland is the best lamb. Everyone's going on about the lamb now. I didn't know there was such a thing. Have the pistolets, which means pistols. Oh, yes. That's pretty close to what they would be. Think of the bone and then, yes. And you just get the bone and just... Actually, in Miratok here in Aprelivka, Konstantin, they've got I think it's the 21-day, it's called a tomahawk, the pork chop, the tomahawk. Imagine that for very small in a lamb chop version. At some place unique when you go to the mall. Oh, okay, Nancy, thanks. I know I really should do like a food something or other at the shopping center. I ever had in my life was a Chinese food place in Sydney. How do they get the lamb so tender? Do they kill? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think anyone can ever replicate Chinese food. Like even to try to do fried rice and how they do the noodles and stuff like that. Azerbaijan has the best lamb. I live about 45 minutes from Manhattan and get to go there quite a bit. Yeah, it's an amazing place. I mean, when we docked the cruise ship there and then it's even hard to sort of tell somebody, yeah, you just got off the cruise ship in West Side Highway on 50th Street and then walked up to, Times Square and then 34th Street. I went to B&H Photo a few times. I went to Central Park and then there's the supermarket there, Whole Foods at Columbus Circle. Video camping, fishing. I don't do any of that. That's not really my channel, Anand. Maybe I can go to a fishing camping expo, but it's really not my channel. That's way too different from the niche of what my channel is generally. I want somewhere right now, tired of the snow. Come on, you've got about another month left. When we went to Australia and came back at the end of March, it was pretty much all gone. We left and it was snowing, and we came back, there was none. Trump is not only hope for America, but for the rest of the world. Are there any foreigners in Russian? I don't know. Oh, there's the American guy, right? Or is it just the one reporter from the Wall Street Journal? No, there's another Whelan. Paul Whelan. He's in Moscow, I think, in one of the... He was arrested while I was here in Russia, because I remember it quite vividly at the time. And he was here for a wedding, and then he got pulled out of the wedding or the hotel or something. And he's like an American, Irish, Canadian, something. He's got like 4 passports, and the whole backstory I don't know, but seemed a little bit strange, the whole backstory of him. He was just here on visiting for a friend's wedding. Yeah, Paul Whelan, I think the guy's name is. Like Russia, by the way. What banks do you use? I have SberBank here. Yeah, do you currently utilize? Yes, SberBank. And that's actually the pinned comment. So if you want to put an angel donation into SberBank, we'll be able to buy our apartment much, much sooner. Or we can accept a higher price than the lower price we're asking right now. Yeah, SberBank is the one you can just walk in and get a card, or even even just with a visitor's visa, you can get one. Good luck to him. Yes, I guess you're talking about Ivan. You suddenly get an opportunity to... If he suddenly gets an opportunity to sponsor for jobs in Florida, how soon can you and your wife liquidate all of your real estate before me? We wouldn't give up our apartment here. We'd rent it out. We've even talked about it. If we had to leave Russia, we would literally just lock the door, get on the plane, box everything up, either put it in a friend's place or leave it here and fly to Australia, because we could do that if we had to leave Russia at short notice. To be sponsored for a job in Florida, how soon? Realistically, my wife would struggle to get a visa initially to come to Florida. We could do her process of getting the visa considerably longer than me getting one. 6 months to a year, me. I could get on the plane tomorrow and fly to the US because of my visa and my passport and being an Australian and so forth. Is it difficult here in the United States from state to state? It is very different. Yes, Susan, agreed. Scottish lamb. How many lambs are there left, Sam, to talk about? Connecticut, it's very different than, say, like state of Florida, the weather, the people, the culture. Yes. Even if you compare someone from Boston and New York, I did cruises out of Boston to Bermuda. We also did them out of New York to Bermuda, New York up to New England, New York down to Florida, and different people as well. Sam Wilson doesn't compare to Australia or New Zealand lamb. Oh, it does. Okay, it doesn't. Baking the soda, but there's just any plans to visit St. Petersburg. People keep asking me. I have a lot of other things I need to do before getting there. And the main thing is to buy this apartment and this is our short-term goal. I've got a power socket in my hand. That's the Australian plug, by the way, for the Samsung charger. Actually, I've got two of them. How's that? Nothing to do with nothing. And I've got one of these for the curtain rod in my wife's beauty salon. I need to get a new one in her nail salon because one's missing on the curtains. The best I ever had was in Iceland. Iceland lamb. There are a lot of wildlife bears in the forest there. I don't know. I guess there are, but I've never been really to experience that. Russian, how many bytes? Alexa has more bytes than Alexa. No, I love your videos. Love Russia. Hope to return soon. Not allowed to fly from UK right now. Yeah, you can fly with Turkish Airlines through Istanbul. No problems at all. I've left you a comment there. You have a great talent for narrating your videos on one take. Yes, I do very few retakes of my videos. Very, very few. Not many can do that. Thank you. Did you visit Sergei Posad? I've been to Vladimir and Zuzdal. I think that's the same region, isn't it? I think. Golden Ring. How are the Russian people with Scottish people there? Are they welcome? Absolutely, mate. No worries at all. It doesn't matter where you're from. Really and truly. That's not even a question, really, Sam. I'm sorry. They probably struggle to understand you, though, even if you're talking in English with your accent. Yeah, I'll also use MSG as well. I guess you're talking about baking soda. Ginger does that. Same with soy sauce. MSG. I can't understand why I'm so interested in watching your videos. I don't need it, but there is some positive energy in your reviews. Thank you, Rastamir. The guy today at the Tesla dealership, when I showed him the statistics of the Pitorichka video and the percentage of Russians who watched it, not the recent one, the one that got 1 million views, because it's got a very unique, completely different statistics from all my other videos on the channel. And I said to him, why do people aged 18 to 34 watch a supermarket video when they could walk less than 5 minutes from their house to a Pitorichka and see exactly what I'm filming? Do you hope to be rich and stop working by 50? I'm not far from that, me. I want to be mortgage free. That's really my near-term goal, to buy an apartment in the next 3 to 6 months. And try to pay it off somehow. When I can retire, that's impossible. I can keep doing this and not technically count this as work. For me, this is just filming videos. I mean, I have to explain to my wife it's work when I have to make an excuse why I'm sitting in front of the computer so much. Beef goat is the best, just to name a few. New Zealand, everything. I saw today I took a photo of it to send my friend in New Zealand. There was 3 types of New Zealand wine in our beer shop downstairs. People in Russia seem to be very happy with their lives. Yeah, look, you can ask 10 people and sometimes get 10 different answers. But most people are understanding of, the situations. I'm going to have a little drink. I'm sorry. And I'm going to give a 10-minute countdown to the end of the video. We want to finish before midnight. So we're going to, actually, it'll be a 90-minute video. So we've got exactly 10 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'm exactly caught up with the live stream too. So if you want to do your last-minute super chats or donation alerts or PayPals, all the other things as well. But lots of people do things when I'm not doing a live stream. And even the guy today at the Tesla dealership, he traveled pretty much extensively around the world as well. He'd worked for quite a lot of years in Europe. He'd worked in the car industry more than 20 years. And, he said that, a lot of the Russian economy is growing right now. That's what he said. I said, of course, that depends on, what industry you're talking about, right? And he said, no. He said, a lot of the economy is growing, but because the economy in Russia is growing because of it's like COVID, when everybody stayed home and everybody spent their money in the country did well. The minute everybody leaves, people spend their money somewhere else. So instead of taking a vacation, people did a staycation. And, different people have different answers to being happy, and that's difficult to ask even 10 people. Russophobia here is pathetic. Good on you, Russell. Yeah, there's crazy stuff going on in France right now, right? There's a lot of these farmers like trying to blockade certain parts of the city in Paris and stuff with the tractors. I saw some tractors on the highway. I think they were burning maybe manure or hay on the middle of the highway. What's at midnight? Midnight is the end of January 2024. And I want to end the video before midnight so that the analytics of the video comes into January before it ticks over till the 1st of February. That's all. All good people are welcome. Yes. And as these videos, nice to see a different perspective from what we get fed by the media here. Yes. How long to pay off the mortgage? Well, it's going to be a 30-year mortgage, the one we currently have approved for. We have an amount of money approved already. And then we need to find the rest of the money, actually, in basically a deposit. And the plan is to try and have it paid off in under 5 years. But we'd like to do it even sooner than that because we know we can. But we just have to buckle down and work harder and not want as nice things as, don't have want as many materialistic things, and realize that money going into bricks and mortar is money that's, in your house, not, something like a plug, that's a consumable. Hello in South Carolina. Have a good night's sleep. Yes, I probably won't get to sleep for at least an hour or two after the live stream ends. Stock market's better than real estate. My portfolio is going to be 6 times value within 15 years. My house only went up 3 times. Yes, I agree with that. Especially if you stick to blue chip stocks or, stocks that hold their value. I have a very small stock portfolio in Australia that I had probably since high school. Well, after high school, because I guess my 20s. My uncle was invested in the stock market, and he talked me into putting a little bit in every month. And I've not really touched it since quite a few years now. So it's basically a rainy day fund. Yeah, so there's it's sitting there. That's all. Support the channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, and then Telegram. If you want to come over on Telegram, there's always somebody on there. Let me see if we can see. As the number 1,983 people. 1983 on the Telegram channel. So yeah, solid assets. Yeah, I would like to have more shares, but obviously that's a forever. It's essentially a retirement fund as well. That it's not something that I touch. I don't really follow it. I probably, they always say you should put, so much in every month before you're 30, before you're 40, but not. Hello in Melbourne. How's it going? Is it nice and quiet? I see Perth's having a heat wave at the moment. It was 41, 42 degrees in Perth yesterday. So, I'm in the past. Oh, can you get the lottery numbers for us? If you're in the past, I need the lottery numbers. Tell me them, please. Good night, everybody. Andrea, yes. We've got 5 minutes if you're staying, Andrea. But thank you for the super sticker earlier. Thank you so much. And I know you're in the Telegram channel as well. What time is it in Moscow? It's 11:50 p.m. here in Moscow. -1 Celsius. It says on my computer here. David said it's 10 minutes to 10 p.m. in Italy. That's not easy to do, especially here in the US, saving money. Yes, I agree. I did it a lot better when I worked on cruise ships, obviously. Also, before I worked on cruise ships, I was able to put a small amount away every month. It's just a matter of being disciplined to do that. 9:50. Well, thank you, Andrea, for the hug. I think that is maybe hands or a hug. In Budapest. Pest. You got to do P-E-S-T. Sorry. Done. Constantine, for my neighbor, you are doing the great job. Thank you for the donation alerts. Thank you so much. The screen for donation alerts is higher than my other monitor. I've hired one up and lowered one down for this to see if it's more comfortable to sit at a lower height. Thank you so much. It's very appreciative. I'm sorry I don't put them on the screen, donation alerts. Some streamers do that. I don't do that because I'm using a different software. Soviet building in Moscow region. I was in Crimea and we are nearly the same buildings here. Yes, some people gave a lot of feedback about that. I guess maybe the apartment. You mean the Khrushchevka apartment? That was my neighbor's, my ex-neighbor's mum and dad's place that I filmed there. And they were so nice. So nice. They weren't there at the apartment when I filmed, but we went for dinner at their other place, at their dacha, actually, after that filming. No superannuation. I have super, AU Marcus. I did take super out during COVID because you could, because we all wanted to buy a big screen TV, right? So, but I've got super tucked away that I can't touch till I'm 60 something. Seems to me that 90% of all problems of Russians are solved with money. You need to find a side job or a way to earn money from today's work. Yes, of course. Money helps the world go round, right? You can buy a rural area and save like we do in South Carolina. I don't have any plan. I'm happy in an apartment. My wife wants to get a house. We lived in an apartment in Australia at the time as well. And we're very comfortable where we are here rather than, regionally. I've never lived anywhere rural or regional to kind of, have that feeling. They have no stock market worth investing in and can only put their extra money into real estate investment. People can still use VPNs and have US accounts and things like that. I'm not sure about China, but a lot of people are very savvy here and are able to log into things and do things outside of Russia. Russell, would you be happy if you were given a Lada Niva up? Oh my gosh, would I be happy? Well, that's my second dream after the Porsche. The Porsche is completely unobtainable. The Porsche would be more than the price of the apartment we're looking at. So, holy dooly. Anibus, yes. Lada Niva would be very nice. My wife would love it too. Well, she probably wouldn't because it's not fancy and not, comfy and luxury and all of this. But just for the fact that I can just drive to the shopping center with her on a Saturday or a Sunday, November 3rd, by the way, is my birthday. Probably too early to give it to me now. Constantine, thank you for donation alerts. I know I'm going to repeat it. Everybody, we've got, what are we at? No, we've got, 2 minutes. I hope everyone's enjoying the live streams, this late night ones. Are you happy doing them a couple of days apart? The poll result is overwhelming that people like live streams. Absolutely overwhelming. 14% would only be 20 or 30 people who don't. But I guess there's always going to be people who answer the opposite question to the opposite question. 201 likes. Thank you so much. Pretty much, I would say tomorrow evening, unless we do another live stream, I will have a new video on the channel. It'll either be the car one from today or the swimming one from Saturday. I think the car one will be easier to do because I've got a part of it already edited. Because to make it simpler, as I was filming it today, it made sense to know which was before other parts of the video. My old school friend recently died of... If you can, Russell, life is short. Yes. Well, that's why we want to kind of get an apartment and own somewhere. And then we can put our own pictures on the wall. We can put our own wallpaper. We could change the color of the carpet by the sofa here. We can make it our own, and I've never had that. Working on cruise ships, obviously you can't, but yeah, I mean, YouTube is still a job. I'll always say that it is while I've been here, and it takes time and effort, and the more you put in, the more it gives you back, and that's obviously helpful going forward. Yeah, someone passing away at 55 is, yeah. We recently had a passing in my family. I haven't talked about that. Actually, it happened the last couple of days while we're in Bali after I left Australia. And I was almost on the plane back to Australia. And my mum said not to come. So, yeah. Early morning in Australia, yes. Take care. Constantine, thank you. Wherever you are in Aprelivka. If you see me, say hello. Scratch my... Yeah, I guess that whole thing, the "are you okay" part, and getting regular checks and tests and stuff. I wish my dad would go to get a checkup more often than what he does. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Anubis. Costa Fortuna. Good only for the village. I hear that a lot. I hear it a lot. Good for the village. Well, I guess Prelivka's a big village. Tommy, thank you. Is Mega still open in Himki? Yes. It was never closed. I've not been back to that particular Mega where the fire happened at the Obi, so I'm not sure whatever happened to that building, but that entire shopping center was untouched, and that's why I went there to film the shopping center and then show the Obi at the time. It was only a week or two, or a week after it all happened. But yes, that shopping center, yeah, obviously IKEA is not open, but every other part of that shopping center is definitely open. The same with Mega in Tropolistan. That's the nearest one to me. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit shorter live stream. Thank you for super chats. Thank you for donation alerts. Thank you for thumbs up. Thank you for commenting, for posting. Dan, thank you. Thank you for commenting. Watch another video. Post a comment under this video if you'd like. I'll see everybody on the Telegram channel, Traveling with Russell channel. If you don't know what Telegram is, it's an app similar to WhatsApp. That makes sense. Good night. Rastimir, Fireflux, Susan, Costa Fortuna, or David. Thank you, everybody. It's really a countdown. I kind of like this shorter format because it makes you do things quicker, read the comments quicker, and makes everybody feel quicker. Whereas the 2-hour one, it's a little bit more slower, you know? Happy February 1st. Yes, in a couple of minutes' time. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in another stream very, very soon. And I'll see you in another video. Bye, everybody.